Hello. Welcome to my first unedited ramble, so to speak. I have no notes. I have nothing but a message on my heart to share based on conversations that I've been having ad nauseum. So, what I want to share with you today is why the adage, I'm sure you've heard, change your thoughts, change your life. Yes, change your thoughts, change your life. But the entire personal development space is based on that. And I subscribe to that for over a decade. And I don't know about you, but for me, when I was showing up, doing the things, right? Reciting the affirmations with feeling, envisioning things already being completed, right? Doing all the things, checking all the boxes for years, mind you, and nothing was changing. And I started feeling like I was broken, like there was something wrong with me. And the more conversations I have, the more I find that I'm not alone in having felt that way. So I don't know if you have experienced that. If you have, feel free to comment and share your experience. But I felt broken, and it wasn't until when I first started getting into subconscious reprogramming, hypnosis was the very first thing that I dove into. And I've gone over like what is hypnosis. I have like a 10 or 12 minute overview already up here on my channel. If you're interested in learning more about hypnosis, right, and why it's so effective. But it was really, I learned a little bit about the conscious versus the subconscious mind. So really quickly, if you think of an iceberg, the conscious mind is the part we see above the water, right? The analytical mind, the thinking mind, the decision-making mind, the part of the mind we all use the most, but it's the weakest part of who we are truly. The subconscious mind being the vast majority of that iceberg under the water, under the surface. The subconscious mind is our emotional mind. It's where all of our beliefs and values live. Everything that's ever happened in this life resides in the subconscious. And the thing is, whenever we're making decisions with our conscious mind, there's this little gatekeeper, okay, that's always going into the subconscious to say, hey, what has happened before that's similar to what we're dealing with now? Because that's how we make decisions. All decisions are emotional, okay? So I started diving in to the conscious versus the subconscious and started learning rules of the mind and why what we know as willpower doesn't even really exist. And that's a tangent to go on another time. Today, I'm rambling about why change your thoughts, change your life is causing far more harm than good. And it's because we cannot consciously outthink our nervous system. We cannot consciously outthink our nervous system. It's not possible. It's not possible. And here's the thing, where our subconscious mind wants to both keep us safe and prove us right, our nervous system cares about keeping us safe. It cares about keeping us safe. That is its priority, okay? We now know, thanks to the polyvagal theory, okay, the vagus nerve, if you're not familiar with the vagus nerve, it attaches our brain to every organ in our body, every system in our body. It's not just one nerve, it is a bunch of nerves, hence polyvagal, many, the polyvagal theory. But because of the polyvagal theory, we now know that 80% of the traffic, see, we used to think change our thoughts, right? You tell everything else what to do. No, we cannot consciously override that. We used to think that, but now because of the polyvagal theory, we now know that 80% of the traffic correlates from the body to the brain, not the other way around. 80% does not go from the brain to the body. 80% of the communication goes from the body to the brain. So knowing that all of our emotions actually emanate from the organs in our body, not from our brain. Emotions emanate from our organs. And then we try to consciously make sense, right? Our brain tries to give that a story to make it make sense. So I'm going to be diving a whole lot more into this. It is far more than just a 5-10 minute off the cuff kind of ramble. But this is really like this year. I feel like I have been having this conversation more and more and more since I took my deep dive into nervous system regulation. That is what I do. So like 95% of my session work today is in bringing neutrality to the nervous system, because that's where the gold is, right? We bring neutrality to past trauma, past events, past people, okay? Emotions can get stuck, nervous system patterns get stuck thinking that they're protecting us but causing more harm than good. For instance, if you don't feel that it's safe to be seen and to receive attention, you more than likely have put on a protective layer of additional weight, of excess weight, because it doesn't feel safe to be seen or receive attention. So that's why things like weight release are not just about the foods that you're putting into your mouth, the amount of water that you're drinking, the sleep that you're getting. All those things are important, but also your nervous system. Like, have you received harmful things? Because if it's not safe to be seen, no amount of change in your diet or intermittent fasting or keto or carnivore will ever do anything long-term. The root of all lies in the subconscious mind, and the nervous system is part of that. So allowing, like, bringing neutrality to your past traumas, to your past events, bringing neutrality, like making desire safe and making it safe to be seen. There's all kinds of safety signals. I'm just using that as this example. But that's where all of that lives. All of that lives in the nervous system. So that's what I do. That's what I'm here to do, is to not only help you remember who you are at your core, okay, and what you came here to do. I help you remember who you are by peeling back all the layers of the onion that we are, or the ball of yarn, right? Unraveling all of those nervous system protective patterns and layers. That's what we peel back. That's what we peel back. Because did you know that your limiting beliefs, we all have them. You're limiting, the beliefs that you hold that are limiting you don't even belong to you. You either learned it or it came from someone else. It was a learned belief, right? So just a little food for thought today. Change your thoughts, change your life. While focusing on the positive, I'm going to end with this caveat, because the reticular activating system in our brain, okay, that's why when you get a new car or a new to you car, you start seeing it everywhere, because it's now in your reticular activating system, and what we focus on expands, okay? So while positive thinking is amazing, you will never outthink your nervous system. And that's why, okay? So positive thinking, what that does is help you to notice those glimmers, right? Where we have triggers in a negative manner, we also have glimmers that give us hope. So what we focus on absolutely does expand. So continue to focus on the good, because you will find far more of it. Yeah, and if any of this resonated with you, I'd love to hear it. Welcome to my unedited rambles. I don't know why I'm so excited about showing up with them here, but there you go. Cynthia Mabry, and yeah, welcome. Ta-ta for now.